First day I met Sam was 32 years ago when he first came to work for us.
We were looking for some good people, and Dave said, hey, we should take Sam to lunch, and we did. We took him to lunch and had a nice conversation, and the next thing you know, Sam came to work for us.
All I could see was a ball of dust coming up the road, and they said, here comes a new foreman. And out popped Sam Funk.
I still remember how he looked with his white hard hat on, walking in a straight line, very straightforward.
He came in the door to the old office building. I don't even know if he said hello. He went.
Sam was somebody that I would avoid at all costs early on.
I thought he was kind of a mean blank, blank, blank. And I think he thought I was just some kind of a dippy, sister of Dawn's that he hired.
Sam's not a man of many words. He's a man of the right words.
The first time I met him, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm either going to get along with him or I'm not going to get along with him, because there is no gray area.
There was no middle ground with Sam. It was you were at work, you were working, you get the job done, all business, nothing else.
He's very matter-of-fact, and he gets to the point. He does not beat around the bush.
Sam was definitely a hard ass.
Well, when he was younger, he was a lot more volatile, and he had a booming voice. And when he got mad at somebody, everybody knew it. And he ran a few people out of the office.
I got a couple of 2x4s out one day when we worked for Granite Construction Company, and said, I'm gonna put his ass to sleep if he's not careful. We got along real good after that, I think.
I can't tell you how many times I walked out of that office in that parking lot going, boy, I wish you were standing right here and you weren't my boss.
Sam and I had a love-hate relationship. The first 20 years was the hate part. The last 10 was the love part.
When he showed up, the leadership portion came to reality, and he showed us how it's supposed to be done.
I appreciated his integrity and his honesty.
I hate to admit it, but he made me a better employee, even though I hated him for it a lot of times.
I learned a lot for him, have the utmost respect for him.
Definitely made you gain his respect real quick. The whole day he was just on the run and keeping you on the run, but he always had the project moving forward.
Sam was obviously a person of great ability and great character, so he was able to take a task and get a job done.
Now this is how hardcore Sam is. His phone rings, he goes, Dale, I'll be with you in a minute. Yeah, 10-4, they were good. Answers the phone, he goes, hello? Yes, 10-4. He says, I understand. 10-4. Yes, I can make that happen. I'll set up an appointment. Yeah, 10-4. Okay, 10-4. I love you too. He's talking to his wife.
It was actually very easy to work with him, because as long as you did what was asked of you, then there was no problem.
Sam had a very simple expectation, and that was of you to do your job and get your job done. Show up on time and do quality work.
He didn't play favorites. I mean, he expected you to do your job. You didn't do your job, somebody else was going to do it for you.
At work, you follow his orders, but you get him away from this building, away from his desk, and he is the most fun guy to be around. I'm proud to call him a friend of mine, because he's really, really a good guy, really a good guy.
He's a great person, He was always good to people.
Sam's the guy that he doesn't run out when things are tough, he runs in. And he's always to this day, has always asked me if there's something I need, if there's something he can help me with. I know I have a friend there, a true friend.
He's been a mentor and somebody that I can trust. I go in out as often as possible and not just talk about work but personal stuff. He helped me out immensely.
Whether they believe it or not, he really did truly care for them and wanted the best for them, and wanted them to succeed and become prosperous and move within the company. And the one thing that was really hard for him is that he had to separate business from friendship. So, you kind of get close, but you can't get close because you have to separate yourself from that.
Sam was a man of great knowledge that he had learned through his school of hard knocks over time, learned from his dad, learned from his brothers, learned from other people who worked here.
It's practical knowledge of what it took to do a job, to set up equipment, to run the equipment.
If you went out on a project, or you went out to an area where he'd worked before, he's going to remember all of what he'd ever done there, and you can get along with him, talk to him. He'll explain what happened to it at one time, and he seems to be, you know, really knowledgeable that way.
Talk about the servant attitude, and that's the part that people don't see. If you need to know something about a job site, I have not seen underground paving, grading, you know, an issue on the job, a problem, the paperwork, you know, how to solve something. That guy's knowledge of the construction industry is so deep. I mean, I don't even know where you go to get knowledge like this man's packing around.
And I think Sam took all of that knowledge, and because he loved what he did so much, that's knowledge that he retained, and he used that to give to other people so that we could continue the industry that we love so much.
He would take the time to explain to you, you know, phase by phase, how you should build this job, because he's done it so many times. He has all that experience.
There was no black and white with this business. He would teach you, but it wasn't like, well, let's sit down and talk about this. It was a school of hard knocks.
Sam's a man of great integrity and great honesty, and just a really extreme hard worker, and somebody who dedicates himself to everything he does.
Sam is very giving. Sam is very passionate.
He's a product of, you know, if you enjoy what you do and you like what you do, you'll never have to work a day in your life. And I think Sam was one of those products.
You know, they say imitation is the purest form of flattery. I still say 10-4, 50 times a day.
I honestly don't believe we would be where we're at right now without him.
He was always the last one in the building and the first one in the morning.
He cherished the company, cherished the people, he cherished the work that he did. He loved his job, and he loved the work, and he loved making things happen and solving problems for people. He was very, very good at that.
You know, I think he's been not only there for this company, but for this family. And I don't care who you were, Sam had your back.
Well, I think Sam leaves behind some pretty big shoes to fill.
It's not like nobody like him exists out there. There's a lot of hardworking, dedicated, knowledgeable people who find a niche and give all they've got to it. I remember during the interviews for my job, I turned to Mr. Chapin and said, you know, when his day comes, he's going to have to hire 4 people. And that was not much of an exaggeration.
He really has a legacy at this company. Probably most of those job files have every job file down there has his name in it somewhere, that he's taking care of a project.
You know, this company would not be the company it is today without Sam Funk here next to Don Chapin and making things happen and getting things done.
Sam helped separate this company from the competition. Sam helped separate us from the rest. We are not the rest. We are the best, and Sam was a big part of that.
Listen, you can fill positions, but to fill that and that loyalty, that's tough. And Sam, I wish him nothing but the best as he goes forth. I'm glad to see him, you know, he's making it look good for the rest of us. But we owe him a huge, huge thank you, and I hope he hears that.
When somebody like Sam, after being here for 32 years, leaves, that's a change in the company. There's a corner that we turn. And while you never look back, and you always look forward and try to make new things happen and make new accomplishments in life, you always remember those times. And that's the one thing I will do, is always remember, never forget, and always be grateful for Sam Funk being a part of my life.
I get fresh coffee in the morning now, and he has dinner ready for me when I get home. I am happy for him. I think he was ready for this retirement. For him, I think for him, he was just honestly ready to retire and just relax a little bit and enjoy life.
Thank you for everything you've done for me. I know I was a pain in the ass, and like I said earlier, the company will never be the same without you.
Congratulations, Sam.
I'm jealous that you're retiring because I'm going to be right behind you. And good luck to you.
Well, Sam, I've known you forever. You were quite a mentor and sometimes, and I hope you don't forget us and come back and visit us once in a while.
We covered a lot of ground together. I enjoyed virtually all of it. I absolutely wish you and your family the best.
Thank you for everything you've done, for the friend you've been to me. Have fun. I guess I want you to have fun. You've worked hard and you deserve it.
Best of luck in your future of whatever it may contain, and shoot 'em up and have a great time doing it.
Really appreciate your friendship, your love, and your commitment. Best wishes, happy retirement, and stay strong.
32 years, it's really hard to believe when you think about 32 years of service in one place. And frankly, we couldn't have done it without you. And you've done a fine job. So go out and enjoy yourself, have some fun. But thank you, and God bless, and Godspeed.